A little deja vu here. This is the exact same place we dropped off last week, Grand Rapids, Minnesota. So I want to talk about being overweight and how to find out what your weights are. So on these units, it'll tell you the dry weight, and they have to weigh each of these units on the way out the door at the factories. So your paperwork might say something else, but this will tell you the actual weight. So I'm going to tell you right now, these are heavy. Not what I expected when I got the load, but it is a little heavy. But I will go over that with you as soon as we get these unloaded. And then also, I have a unique backhaul, so stay with me for the backhaul. I'm going to get these unloaded real quick. I might make a little video about it, but I'm trying to get out of here. So if you notice this cable, I have a new hook and new clamps on there. That broke on me when I was loading this unit. This unit's 6,200 pounds, and my cable is ready to be replaced. But anyway, yeah, the unit slid off the back, crashed down. Luckily, it didn't damage the unit. But yeah, so that was my rig to fix it. I'll be putting a new cable on next week. I'll show you guys how to do that. Okay, first one's off. I put quite a space in between this, first just in case the cable breaks again, and then second part is gravity wasn't helping me there. I got up here where it's a little bit more downhill. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get this off real quick. I'm trying to get out of here. I haven't ate today. I'm starving. It's like 4 o'clock. We got number 2 coming off. And our cable held up, so that's a good sign. Wondering, like, why are you unloading in that mud hole? There's plenty of asphalt. I'll do what they want. Feet are wet though. So we're in Forest something in Minnesota, just a little north of Minneapolis, where the backhaul is. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about the weight. I went through a scale last week or the week before, and I just had my truck was full of fuel, or close to it, and I didn't have anything in the auxiliary tank. But when I went through, I weighed 16,000 pounds. So that was nothing on the trailer. Before, when I kind of first started, my weight was 15.6, but I guess it's, you're always adding stuff to your truck, and more tools, extra straps, extra wheels, and whatever for getting the campers on and off and all that. So so when I went to pick up these campers Sunday night, I had no idea that they were heavy. I just assumed that they knew my weights, and I guess I didn't ask. So when I got there, the paperwork said that they were going to be around 10.3, and that's on the paperwork. But when I went out to pick up the units, I realized it was going to be, I believe that, I'm not going to do the math, but I believe it was like 10,410 pounds. So that being said, that was going to put me at 26,410 with just a truck full of fuel. So I'll be 410 pounds over. So what I did was I went ahead and loaded. Of course, the strap broke, and it was just a nightmare. It's like the one time I wasn't recording. Would have been a great video, I guess, but yeah, it broke. The unit flew off the back. Luckily, it was the second one, not the first one. I didn't have nothing behind the unit. Could have been pretty ugly. So anyway, I loaded them up. I fixed the cable, kind of, I guess, and I'm gonna get a new cable. But after I loaded them, I took it back to my house, which I only live like 15 minutes away, and I ditched my spare tire for the trailer, ditched a spare tire for the truck, which DOT doesn't require you to have a spare, but obviously if I got a situation this week, I'll be hurting. But and then I ditched some extra wheel dollies and stuff I had in my toolbox, took my generator out. I took my air compressor out. Basically, just anything I could. I did keep my tool bag because I just couldn't see leaving without that. But and then I went to the scales. So when I went to I'm going to try to find my scale ticket here. I went to the scale, and I went to the, if any of you are familiar with it, it's called the Castle. It's on 20 and 15 in Goshen. But anyway, the weight, I'll show you, was, you can see it here, it's probably going to be backwards, 25,720. And that was with only a half a tank of fuel on my truck. So I knew it was going to be close, and so I figured half a tank. So I figured it, you know, if it was, even if it was 30 gallons at 8 pounds a gallon for diesel, which is on the conservative side, I think it's really like 7 something, would be 240. So I would just be under like, what would that be? About 40 pounds under. So yeah, it was cutting it close. But I mean, that's something you have to do. Like, I don't have a CDL. I'm not rated to go over 26. It's not often that I have to do something like that. Maybe just a couple times a year where it's like questionable, and I'll go and weigh it and make sure, and maybe ditch some stuff at home or whatever. Obviously, if you didn't live close like that and you got here and it was a surprise weight, you know, it would be, I don't know what you'd do. You know, you'd have to maybe leave some stuff at a shop somewhere, or, you know, find a friend or whatever, or just wait for a different load. But, you know, if you've already planned out some stuff for your trip, like this trip, I already had booked a backhaul, which is where I'm going to show that, and it's kind of a unique thing. It's not just a car; it's a little different. It's like some sort of wire trailer. So I'd already booked that. It pays better than the cars, and it doesn't weigh anything. And so I was trying to figure out how I could get over here, you know. So that being said, I'm gonna cut this right here, and then we'll pick up at the backhaul here in just a second. So here's our backhaul. Easy money here. Just pulled it on just like a camper. It does have a pintle hitch, but I was able to just set it on a ball with a wheel. Apparently this is to like you put a big wire wheel on it, or a hose wheel on there. They call it a reeler wheeler. Anyway, I did take a couple pictures there when I loaded it. I'll show you those real quick. And then yeah, space $600, goes 530 miles. Easy money. Got a lot of extra space. I'm not going to fill it. I don't have time. I'm trying to get home tonight and get another load out tomorrow morning. So you see the load I picked up, and you know, maybe you're wondering, like, why don't you throw a car on there, you know, with it? I looked and looked. The only things that I could find went to Chicago, and they only paid like $300 at the most. So I just opted out of that, because if I go to Chicago, then I have to stay there tonight, and then basically delivering there, and then going and delivering this trailer tomorrow would basically burn up my day. So I opted out of that because I'm trying to get another load going out of Goshen tomorrow. I'm going to see you know, what they have. I don't know if I'll do a double or if I'll do a single pull, but I'm trying to just find something else for another short trip. They offered me some longer trips, like to Texas, but I like to be home on the weekends, so I didn't take that. But I'll see what they have. I'm going to take this trailer to Goshen and unload it at the yard, and then they have a pintle hitch I can borrow, so I'm going to use that to take it the rest of the 20 miles to the guy's house. He asked if I could back it into his driveway at his subdivision, so I think it would just be easier to, sorry, I'm in a little traffic here. It'd be easier to take it, you know, by itself. So I'll get some footage taking it off for you guys here, and then we'll see if we can get another load. I'm going to go over what we made on this trip. I left Sunday night. I'll be back tonight, which is Tuesday, and then tomorrow morning I'll run the 20 miles south, drop it off, and come back. But yeah, so here's the footage, unloading it, and then we'll go over what we made. So we're here at the yard. I'm going to unload this here in Goshen, and then I got a pintle hitch here. I'm going to hook it to my truck and take it the last 20 miles. The guy asked if I could back it in his driveway, so I got it all unhooked, got the ramps down. I got a wheel lodged up here. I just gotta bring the jack up and we'll start going down. We'll see how it goes. Sorry, I know it's dark, but gotta do what I gotta do. Here we go. It's the same width as my trailer, so it was a little sketchy. It's gotta be just right. Push my ramps over all the way. Here we go. I need a little push. Sorry, I know this is a bad filming, but I'm trying to do this in the dark here. Going pretty good, actually. Just lodge that in there. It's the only thing I could come up with. There you go. Hook off and let it roll on its own. That's it, boys. Alright, I'm gonna put my stuff away and hook the truck to it. Alright, we're hooked and booked. We're ready to go. Get out of here. It's a little after 9 already, so time to go. So here we are. I'm about to pull into this guy's little neighborhood. Glad I didn't bring my big trailer. Plus he wants me to back it up in his driveway and all that, so let's see here. Sometimes people just don't realize how big the trailer is. Let's see what this neighborhood looks like. Yeah, it would have been okay, but it would have been a pain in the butt. Had to unload it anyway, might as well have done it in Goshen. So anyway, I'm not going to record at his house. I'll take a couple pictures, and then you guys stick with me. I'm going to go over what we made this week. So I'm at home. It's Wednesday morning. About 9 o'clock. Anyway, delivered the trailer last night. The guy called me and asked if I could deliver it last night instead of in the morning. He said he was busy in the morning, so I said that's fine with me. So I delivered it about 10 o'clock and got home last night a little before 11. So I guess what everybody really wants to know all the time is, you know, what did we make? So I'm going to go ahead and give those numbers to you. The trip paid $16.64 to go out there with the 2 campers. That's $260 a mile, 667 miles. So we left Sunday night around 6 o'clock, delivered Monday at 4 in the afternoon. So we drove 5 hours on Sunday night, and then Sunday I drove up there, delivered, and then drove 3 hours south to Minneapolis for a total of 10 hours. And stayed the night there. Monday night, picked up that trailer Tuesday morning, and delivered it Tuesday night. So the trailer paid $600 minus the 20% that the company takes. So realistically, it was $480. And then so that's I'll have a calculator. I'll add it up, put it on the screen. And then we had 400 in fuel. So basically, that trailer coming back paid for the fuel for the whole trip, you know. So we have a total of $1,744. So we made $1,744. That's take home. You know, I have expenses, have to pay taxes, all that kind of stuff too. But that's our take home. 1770 or 1744. Sorry. So not bad for 2.5 days. I did drive almost a complete 11 hours last night. I'll show you my time clock here, what I had left when I got home. Now I was looking at taking another trip to New York. It was a little over 700 miles. I could have done it, but I wouldn't have been able to do a backhaul or anything. I need to be home Fridays. I try to be home Friday at least by noon, and it would have been cutting it close. So the office asked me if I wanted to do some shuttling on Thursday, some units that need to go back to the manufacturer to be checked out or something. I guess there's 5 of them, so I'm going to make a video on that. It'll be something different. You know, maybe you guys will like that. So yeah, so we'll make a little money there this week too. And then, you know, that's the plus of this job is, you know, I worked the 2.5 days, made a okay check, and now I'll basically be home Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you know, Sunday, most of Sunday anyway, so 5 days. Next week I'm going to try, hopefully, for a longer trip, see if we can make some more money. So anyway, that's it. I appreciate you guys watching these videos. Do me a favor, subscribe, like the videos, leave a comment, you know, even if it's just hi or whatever, or a thumbs up, or it don't matter. It'll help the algorithm. I put a lot of work into these videos. It takes time. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you guys.